After a fortnight of negotiations, the conference agreed only to note the accord signed between 5 countries, including America and China. African leaders say the developed world has failed them, while a group of Latin American countries is actively opposing the deal. Well, David Nussbaum, the chief executive of the WWF, is with me here in the studio now to talk about all of this. Disappointed?
Yes, it is disappointing. Above all, it's disappointing for all of us around the world because we need to get our climate under control, and this was an opportunity to do that, and world leaders have failed to do that in the way that they could.
Does anybody get the blame for this?
I don't think anybody shines out as having done what needed to be done. The EU didn't go to 30% in its emission targets. The Americans didn't come up with really significant changes. China wasn't as helpful and constructive as they could have been. The G77 group of countries was on lots of protocol points. But actually what's important now is how all these world leaders get together to move this forward, which we so badly need. And we need it partly because if we're going to make a success of our lifestyles in the future, we've got to have low carbon energy and low carbon technologies. And that's going to mean lots of investment from business. And to get that investment, we need a clear framework that business can operate within. And so I think it's really important now that leaders get over whatever disappointment they have, and we don't spend too much time on recriminations. We get on with the job. And it's a very important job of protecting the world, its poorest people, its habitats, and in the end, the health of the planet for everybody from climate change.
It's been suggested that in some ways we're going backwards because some of the safeguards that it was hoped the Kyoto deal might put in place, that they've sort of been disappeared as a result of all of this. Is that true?
Well, the Kyoto deal is still in place till 2012. What these negotiations were about is what's going to happen after 2012. Now, there was some progress made on the Kyoto Protocol negotiations. There were several tracks going on these negotiations, and some good progress made. What we've got to have, though, is an overarching deal that holds all this together in a way that the world can act together to tackle the problem.
So what do you see the future now? Is it all these leaders going away now and really will start to rethink it? Or is it just something they're going to ignore and get on with their own domestic problems, the economic difficulties of so many countries and so on?
Sadly, we absolutely cannot ignore this because it's not going to go away. We're dealing with the laws of physics, not some international negotiation, which is part of dealing with the physics problem. So what's going to happen is there is further meetings due in June in Germany, and so now countries will be looking at preparing for that. And in addition, by the 1st of February, the developed countries have got to come up with their proposals for their emission cuts that they're going to commit to. So we have to see what countries come up with there. So I think there are processes going forward that can get this back on track, and that's what the planet needs.
David Nussbaum, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.